Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Tuesdays with Tabitha. Today is Tuesday, the 30th of March, and this is episode 12 of our live stream show. Today, we are going to talk about fear. But before we do that, I want to welcome you to Tuesdays with Tabitha. This is your weekly live show helping you to have the courageous conversations that you need to have so that you can help resolve conflict in the workplace and in your other civic spaces. My name is Tabitha Liebert, and I am a conflict management strategist. And I help professional women of faith who are overwhelmed by workplace and team conflict to lead thriving teams with confidence. I do that by helping you to learn to use all five of the conflict styles so that you can succeed in the boardroom, in the classroom, in the boardroom, the conference room, and any other room that you're in. Today, we are going to talk about dismantling fear. Don't let fear steal your purpose. I am your host, Tabitha, and I will take you along a journey where we just take a cold, hard look at the thing that we fear, which is fear. So today's topic is dismantling fear. Don't let fear steal your purpose. And if you know me well, you'll know that I love cats. And I love watching cat videos. I watch them all the time and I'm always laughing. And I remember this particular video in my Total Cat Lady Cat video series of a cat coming into a room where its owner had prepared food and left it on the table. And the cat snuck into the room, snuck up onto the table, and ate that food. And it was funny because the owner turned around, saw the cat. The cat, of course, grabbed the food and ran off with it, and I was just dying laughing. But as I was thinking about fear and how fear affects us, I thought of that video again. And I thought to myself, fear is actually just like that cat. It will come into your room, it will come to the table that you have prepared for yourself, or the table that God has prepared for you, and will actually come in and try to steal your dreams and rob you of your purpose. And this is why it's so important to talk about fear. It's important to talk about fear because most of the obstacles that you face are overcome when you actually overcome fear. There is really no fear of failure. Sometimes there's just fear. So, really and truly, if we think about progress, we should understand that it does come with fear. There's always something to think about. There's always something to be nervous about, to be scared about. If we're growing and if we're progressing, we are going to feel scared sometimes. But remember that fear does not equal failure. Fear actually equals strength because when you see fear, think of it as a signal that something is going to happen. Think about fear as a signal that, hey, there's a mountain ahead that I'm going to have to climb, or there's a valley ahead that I'm going to have to cross. And having a mountain to climb ahead of you or a valley before you to cross does not mean that you're not going to reach your destination. It just means that you're going to have to do a little bit of work to get there. Now, if we look at fear and we look at what it does to us, it sneaks in at opportune moments and sometimes inopportune moments, and it attaches itself to something. Sometimes it attaches itself to memories. It attaches itself to memories of a failure. Fear attaches itself to situations where you are stuck. You might remember being stuck and you might be afraid to actually get into a situation where you're stuck again. Fear also comes in and attaches itself to financial issues, the memories of previous financial issues that you may have, and you may find yourself so fearful of getting there again and becoming paralyzed by that fear. Fear sneaks in and attaches itself to memories of rejection so that you remember times where you've been rejected, and the pain of that rejection is within you when you're looking at the issues that you have to deal with instead of just constructively moving and leaning into that issue. Fear can also come and attach itself to memories of abuse and trauma. And so what happens is that fear then starts partnering with those old memories and partnering with the pain that you had in the past and becoming something that just blocks you. It becomes an impediment to the goals that you have and to the journey that you're going to take. It's a roadblock in the pathway to your purpose. Now, what does it look like when we dismantle this fear? Remember that setbacks are all a part of progress. Setbacks are a part of any journey to success. As long as you're journeying and you're going forward, you are going to run into setbacks. And one of the biggest differences between when you fail and when you succeed is your ability to handle fear consistently. And that is your resilience story. This is what I've been talking about consistently over the past few weeks. The resilience that is within us that pushes us forward. And so being able to deal with fear along our journey to success is a part of our resilience story. And so, my friend, if you learn how to deal with fear, you can write your own success story. And so I'm going to give you a few tips for dealing with fear. Now, these are different tips. If you are in our private Facebook group, I spoke about that on Saturday morning, specifically when we talked about the fear of negotiating. So if you'd like to hear that, you can look for Your Resolution Room and join our Facebook group, because in there you're going to get private monthly trainings on conflict resolution tactics and issues. And so on Saturday, we talked about fear and being afraid to negotiate for ourselves. So hop into Your Resolution Room and grab that Saturday morning training if you haven't heard that. But for today, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to dismantle that fear so that you can write your own success story. The first bit of advice is to arrest negative thoughts. They're going to come. Fear is going to creep in and it's going to start looking for something to attach itself to. I want you to be present in the moment when you start feeling that fear coming in. And when you start feeling it attaching itself, be conscious of what it is trying to partner with. And say to that fear, stop it now. And replace that negativity with the thought, I will persevere. I can do it. Tell yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, which is Philippians 4:13. And when you look at fear and you look at the issue or the past memory or trauma that fear is trying to attach itself to, pretend that you are David and look at the fear as Goliath. And grab a word of encouragement in your hand and throw it at the fear. Another thing that I want to suggest that you do, which I have found really, really helpful, is to realize that discomfort and fear are frequently good things. Stay with me on this. This is why discomfort or fear is something good, because if we don't do anything that's uncomfortable, our life is going to likely stay the same way. It's only when we push ourselves past our comfort level that new things begin to happen. And so if you think about the fear, when you feel it coming, you think about where it's going. You think about what is it trying to attach itself to. And you go to that fear and you go to the memory that it's trying to attach itself to, and you say, hey, I'm healed of this. Don't try to go there. Don't play that right now. Don't play with me right now, fear. Goodbye, because I can do this. I am confident. I am capable. And so you have no place here. Now, the fear is going to come with a little bit of discomfort, and this is where the other tip is going to help you. Sit with it for a while. Ask yourself, why are you feeling the discomfort? What does that discomfort mean for you right now? Because it's not necessarily a bad thing. It might just be showing up to show you where your opportunities for growth are. And so if you do that, my friends, when you feel fear coming, it's a wonderful way to dismantle it so that it does not rob you of your purpose and of writing your own success story. I hope that today's Tuesdays with Tabitha blessed you. I hope that it encouraged you. I hope that it helped you to feel some courage where you start to feel fear. I hope that you can remember these tips as you go about your day. And when you feel fear coming, you say, hey, don't partner with anything in my past, because the past is the past and I am writing my own success story for the future. So friends, if you need more help dismantling fear and overcoming conflict, I'm inviting you to join our private Facebook community, Your Resolution Room. We are a community of resolvers who are rising above fear. And how are we doing that? By using conflict resolution tools that I share with my group members in there. So if this has blessed you and this has encouraged you, let me know in the comments and hop over to Your Resolution Room and join us so that we can do some more of this work, dismantling fear. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of Tuesday, and I'll see you here again next Tuesday, same time, same place for Tuesdays with Tabitha. Bye now.